Fueled by C4, Cellucor, and Extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off at checkout at c4energy.com. On Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the widest array of content here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're first to know when new episodes are available. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Thursday Night CrossFit Talk with Clydesdale Media. We have a special guest host tonight. Her name is Jess.
Woo!
Some people know her as Rosie View Photography. And we have a special guest tonight because we're talking about some community competitions. And with that, we have Jeremy Williams. Some people know him as Jeremy Eats World from CrossFit Funky. So we are starting tonight with a competition called CrossFit Games Hangover, and we're going to talk to Jeremy about that. Then we're going to hit some news bits in the middle, and then we are going to finish up with show and tell with Jess. We're going to pull up pictures that she took from the games, and we're going to just have story time. Stories behind the pictures and her experience at the games taking those pictures. And things that just kind of hit us with that. So, Jeremy, competition this weekend. Not only are you helping organize the competition? What the heck are you doing, Jess?
I don't know.
If you had an iPhone, you wouldn't have those issues.
I'm sorry. Why am I echoing?
Oh man!
So you're not echoing on my end.
Oh,
because you don't have your headphones in.
Should I have headphones on?
You should.
Okay, you can just keep talking. I'll figure this out.
All right. So, Jeremy, you are doing the competition this weekend? Are you also part of the organizers putting together the competition because it's hosted by CrossFit Funky?
Yes, sir. I am helping organize. It's funny you asked if I'm actually doing the competition because it's a scaled and RX comp, and it's a male-female partner comp, and there's a male who isn't 100% sure if he can do it. He's got some neck injury or something like that. So he reached out to me yesterday. He's like, hey, so I know you're like helping run it and you're organizing everything and things like that, but do you want to compete if I can't? And I'm like, I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll jump in. I don't want a young lady to not have the opportunity to compete. But as it stands right now, myself and a large, awesome group of coaches at the gym are organizing the event.
Yeah. So it is male-female pairs. And the name of the competition is the CrossFit Games Hangover. So it is held in Madison, Wisconsin, and it happens right after the games, as we can kind of see here. It's this weekend, and the workouts are already released. So where are you at in the planning process? What does the competition look like?
Yeah, so, man, like I said, there's been an awesome group of coaches that have come together to not only like program the workouts, test the workouts, get volunteers to help out. Hey, members, can you help scorekeep? Can you help judge? Can you help move some equipment, athlete check-in? So there's been this awesome group of coaches that have come together. This is probably, we've done either a games hangover event or we've done an open hangover event. But this is the first, like, not just in-house, but open to other gyms comp that we've done since before the pandemic, actually. So it's very exciting to be able to offer, the community in the greater, Milwaukee area a chance to come and do an event after some really, chaotic, crazy last couple of years.
So this is going to be a weird question. So you're outside of Milwaukee?
Yeah, so Madison from us is probably about, depending on how fast you drive, probably about 45, 50 minutes. So we're more east in a little suburb called New Berlin, but it's hop, skip, and jump away from Milwaukee.
Not far from me.
Yeah, not far. Jess said she's going to come down one of these days.
Well, why isn't she
party.
competing this weekend?
Why? Because I have to shoot a wedding.
Oh. Yeah,
I guess
those people.
Photographer duties.
So then my question is, being so close to Madison where the games are being held, how much of your community goes to the games and how much of them volunteer for the games?
Yeah, actually, it's funny. Friday or Saturday, I forget what event it was. I think it was the pig foot chipper. One of our coaches, super cool girl, Leah. I literally just happened. I know she had mentioned to me like a week before, hey, I'll be volunteering at the games, blah, blah, blah. But I remember as that event ended, everyone's rushing out. And I see her on the field, and I tell you, those volunteers, they get after it. I mean, she's sweating and still like took a second to say, hey. So there were a couple, and even friends I have from other gyms that were athlete check-in or equipment stuff like that. But yeah, I would say there was also a good amount of members and coaches that swing through and make it over to the games again. You know, it's kind of sad, it's leaving Madison because, Jess will tell you, man, and it's like a 45-minute drive. That's nothing, as opposed to getting on a plane and flying wherever the heck it's going to be.
Yep.
That's a whole other story. So it's been really cool to have it here in Wisconsin for the last 6 years.
And so it's a valid title to call it CrossFit Games Hangover because I've volunteered before. That is some of the hardest work I've ever done in my life. And some of the longest days I've ever experienced. And to be able to flip that around and then have a competition for you, the community, it's a terrific idea. So I looked at some of the workouts. I think I have them. I can pull them up.
Sure. Yeah, I got them up here too.
They're pretty cool. So out here on Competition Corner, this is the schedule for Saturday that I have up right now. Event 1 goes from 8:15 to 9:07, and then Body Shots goes from 9:22 to 10:02. Happy Hour Part B. I know there's an A. Oh, there it is down there. It's okay. We're not going to pay attention. Let's go to the workouts. So the first one is on ice. And does every workout go with like a hangover drink or something that would cause a hangover?
100%. 100%. We have to really play into the whole name of the whole theme.
So workout 1 is on ice, and the RX version is 8 rounds for time, 30 double unders, 15 box jump overs, and 30 handstand push-ups.
Oh, I wish I was going.
30 or 15 handstand push-ups.
On here it says 30, which seems insane for 8 rounds.
That is a lot of handstand push-ups. You know what? I'll have to get on Competition Corner, maybe tweak that, because on Instagram we have 15. So maybe a typo, or maybe just a surprise that we're throwing at everybody at the last minute.
So the scaled version is 30 dumbbell shoulder to overhead, which doesn't seem to be as bad as the 30 handstand push-ups. Just saying.
No, I agree. That's a lot of handstand push-ups.
Did you decide to change the 30 double unders to single leg double unders?
Oh my gosh.
We thought about it. We actually sent Roman a direct message if he would come and demo them for us.
I tried those. I've tried those, and let me tell you, that's hard.
As hard as they look.
They're hard.
We were joking that Bosman and his creativity, which has been amazing, it's been awesome. Next year at the games, it's going to be it's going to be mandatory. They're going to do 1 foot double unders at the games.
Something.
You know it's coming now.
I mean, So if Roman can do it, everyone can do it, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure that's great logic, Jeremy, but we'll go with it. So then the second workout is body shots. This workout is a snatch complex consisting of one snatch and one overhead squat. Man, do I love that.
Yes.
This is Clydesdale jam right here. The score is the combined total weight of each partner's heaviest successful lift. RX athletes are required to complete a squat snatch. Scaled athletes are permitted to either power or squat.
This would be my jam.
These are usually the funnest ones just because you're going to see some big weight, which is amazing. But you're also going to see people surprise themselves. I think that's like the coolest thing about a lot of not just our comps, but any kind of local comp, like a lot of doubt. Oh, I can't do this. I shouldn't do that. I can't do this. And then all of a sudden, boom, they're PR in their snatch or whatever, cleanage or whatever it is. And, everyone's going nuts. And I mean, it's a special CrossFit thing. That's for sure.
What's great about this one is one of the first competitions I ever did it was a full snatch, a hang snatch into an overhead squat. And one of the people in the competition was Andy Katzenmoyer, who played linebacker for the New England Patriots.
Jeez.
Dang.
He could do the full snatch and the hang snatch at a very high weight, but the equalizer was that overhead squat, and he looked like a deer on ice trying to do one overhead squat.
Dang.
And failed so many times trying to get one overhead squat. And so that's what I love about adding that in, because it adds that mobility of the overhead squat that, yeah, you may be able to put up the big weight, but can you drop it?
Absolutely. And as coaches, we talk about that all the time. I mean, I've been doing CrossFit since 2012, coaching it within probably the first year or so. And I've had so many athletes, very strong, capable men and women. And the equalizer is always that overhead squat. And then it just takes like, hey, you'll get there, trust the process, you'll get there. But you get a lot of like, what is this? This is so dumb or whatever. And you know what? Maybe they're not necessarily wrong. Overhead squats are dumb, but you know what? They're very valuable. And they're, once you get good at them, it's fun to do.
I think they're the greatest movement in CrossFit. So the next one is a 2-part workout. Part A is, and this is happy hour part A, 1,000-meter row for time. Why would anybody call that happy hour?
There's nothing happy about that.
Nothing. It's not a pace like a 2K. It's not a sprint like a 500. It just hurts, man.
Mm-hmm.
No matter which way you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
That thing takes souls. And then just to be evil, you make a happy hour part B where after you take their soul, you make them do a chipper.
Yes, sir.
And that chipper is ridiculous. 40 front squats, 40 pull-ups, 30 front squats, 30 chest to bar pull-ups, 20 front squats, and 20 bar muscle-ups.
Yes, sir.
Dang.
This one,
Jody,
like you said, is definitely going to take souls.
I'm blowing it up for Jody. We're all here for Jody.
Hey, Jody. Yeah, this is going to take souls. This actually, the guy, Sam, who does our programming, most of our programming, I think he inspired himself because maybe a month or so ago, we did a 1,000-meter row. And then I want to say we rested a couple minutes and we went right into a chipper. Now, it wasn't this chipper, but it didn't matter what it was. It was like box jumps and some other stuff. And I tell you what, I've been doing this a long time. I can tell you that was probably in the top 20 worst workouts I've ever done, just because of that 1,000-meter buy-in where you're selling your soul. And then it's like, oh, guess what? Recover for a few minutes and let's go do something else. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. Devastating.
Yeah. So, and then I think there's one more workout to finish up the day.
Yes, sir.
And it is T-Ales. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, T-Ales.
T-Ales. Jody, you're the best. We're here for you. We just want to get it big enough on the screen for you. Thank you so much.
Jody.
We will put
fantastic.
the money into bigger screens and bigger fonts. Thank you so much. You're the best. So this workout is completed for time. The bike rack calories and deadlifts can be split anyway amongst the partners. And then it's 25 synchro bar facing burpees. So 75 calorie bike split however you want, 50 deadlifts however you want, and then 25 synchro bar facing burpees.
What kind of bike is it?
It's
Assault
going to be a assault bike, yeah.
Oh,
We only
that's
have
used
2
for
Echo
years.
bikes, so unless we just did 2 heats at a time. So yeah, assault bikes. So.
okay. I was like, dang, Echo bike. Woo!
It won't be that bad. Bad,
Ghost
but not
Rider,
that bad.
clear to buzz the tower.
Oh my gosh.
Right. This one is going to be fun. Typically, in a workout, a CrossFit workout, or a competition, when you have deadlifts, you're usually seeing like the 225, 155, right? Well, you see, we're not trying to, we're not the CrossFit Games, we're not, nothing like that, but we like to push the envelope, as you can see with the last event, 1,000-meter row, and then you have to do more after. We like to press the envelope a little bit, so we up the ante on the weight just a little bit. Obviously, that work is shared with your partner, but still, you're gonna have to work for it. And I really am excited to see the 25 synchro bar facing burpee race that's inevitably going to happen at the end, because that's going to be fun to watch, because you're racing, but remember, it's with your partner. So
Yep.
if you're not synchro, you're getting all these no reps, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but it should be a good race at the end for sure, 100%.
Well, Jeremy, these events look awesome. What I'm hoping is you can get some video for us, and maybe next week we'll recap it a little bit and show some video on the show of what went down there in Milwaukee and how it all went. So
I could definitely do that. Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
actually. The goal would be to do it live on Saturday, but I actually have to go to a family reunion this weekend. So like I'm on the road, but the goal in the future when we do these is to get some like live look-ins.
Heck yeah.
Like Saturday or Sunday.
That would be awesome.
So, but yeah, we'd love to get some video and have you back next week. Good luck on everything in the competition. Good luck if you have to compete.
I'm sad.
To be determined. We'll see. Definitely. We'll see.
I'll
make my partner do the 1,000-meter row, and I'll do the rest.
So my big question to you is, what's the one workout you're looking forward to the most?
I honestly think that one is going to kind of determine like who really wants to win. Because anybody can get on a rower for 1,000 meters and go, but not go that hard, and then get to the chipper. But competition, it forces you to
the chipper. Get to the chipper.
Get to the chipper.
I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna announce it that way too. But yeah, it makes you have to like go for it. So I'm really excited to see. All right, we're gonna smash this 1,000 meters and get off the rower. And did you go too fast, or if you did, can you recover pretty quick and keep moving? And then you're gonna end with the RX athletes are gonna end with bar muscle ups.
Mm-hmm.
That is really tough to do after all the volume before that. And then the scaled athletes, you're going to have to bring your A game, because you're doing chest to bar at the end there, which you don't typically see scaled athletes do. But again, we are, what was that? If you're not following, thank you, Jody. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. Had a nice meeting today with the fellas that we're working with, and there are some cool things to come with the WOD today, potentially. But That's for another day, another show. But thank you, Jody. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. That chipper, that's gonna be fun. I'll definitely get some recordings of that for sure.
Yeah, if I were there, like I would want to see the carnage on the rower.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah.
And who's willing to sell it on that, and who's just going to lay back for the chipper?
totally.
And is that going to cost them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get some footage of that for sure.
Before I let you go, and you don't even have to go, we're just going to get into some news, but you qualified for Masters Fitness Championship.
I did.
In Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
You and Corey and Dan Church and Jamie and Annika Greer's mom, who all listen to the show, have all qualified. And we're super stoked for that. We're gonna come and we're gonna do a mini doc of you guys for that, covering you guys competing, because I think that's cooler than the elites going there.
That's so awesome, man. That's so cool. You guys are great.
So I'm gonna put in a request to get media credentials for that, so that we can get a little behind the scenes of the Masters Fitness Championship and get to meet you in person, man.
Dude, I can't wait. That's going to be so cool. That's going to be awesome. Should be fun.
I'm trying to talk Jess into coming down and taking pictures.
Come on, Jess.
Indiana's not that far.
It's
not that far. Heck yeah.
For sure. And hey, I'd love to stay on, but my kids, I can already hear them yelling in the other room. But two things. One, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I absolutely love your guys' content, and the vibe. Everything you do is awesome. I appreciate it. And then the sponsors, I just wanted to, if they're watching, if they catch this, there's some really cool sponsors. I happen to be part of what we're turning into like a nonprofit dad's group. It was started by Wes Pyatt. He's a former games athlete. He's L1, L2 seminar staff, owns a gym out in Gilroy, California. Really good dude. And a few years back,
an apparel company too, right?
What's that?
He owns an apparel company too, right?
He's sponsored by RX Gear or a couple. He doesn't own one, but that's what I was getting at. One of the guys in the group, Danny Lear, he owns Caffeine and Kilos. So he donated some really nice prize packages. There's some local places, CryoFit. If you've never tried that stuff is. Oh, I walked in there thinking that you just stood in that chamber and the cold air hits you and you recover. They're actually coming with. They have like injections for recovery stuff, IV, all this really cool stuff. So all the sponsors, I won't name them all because there's like a lot of them. I really appreciate you guys if you are watching this, if you catch this, the coaches that have stepped up and are programming everything and volunteering and getting everything together. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I love you guys.
Yeah, thank you for jumping on, man. We appreciate it. And we appreciate your kids lending you their earphones so you could jump on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you. I'll go watch Frozen with them for the 100th time.
There you go. Well, thank you, Jeremy, and we'll catch up with you. I'll reach out to you next week about some video and maybe have you back on next week.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
Have a great night, Jeremy.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
And
what a good dude.
Such a good dude. So glad to get him on here and promote his competition. And we want to do that for a local comps all over the country. So if you have one going on in your neck of the woods and you want to come on and tout what's going on in your neck of the woods, just reach out to me. We'll get some information and we'll have everybody on. And then again, the goal is to eventually start doing some live look-ins on the weekend, right live from the event. And what's going on and promote the local competitions going on all over the country. So that's kind of the plan with this.
Super cool.
So I want to hit just 3 quick news items before we get into Jess. And the first one is that last night, Barbell Spin announced the new media poll. It's not out on their website yet. But what I wanted to talk about is can we just get to the point where we forget about the world rankings altogether and just go with the media poll as the true list? I know there'd need to be some expansion of that from 25 to 100 or whatever, but I looked at the release of the worldwide rankings. I'm going to pull them up real quick. And it's a joke. I mean, such a joke. So, and I'm not going to belabor the point much on this, but of course it went to another screen. So hold on one second. Not that. Okay, here we go. So here's the worldwide rankings. They don't even make sense. You have Danielle Brandon in third. We just saw her compete against the best in the world. You have Victor, like she didn't even make the first cut. And we have her 13th. Brooke Wells is 14th, didn't even compete at the games. Just none of it makes sense. And I'm ready to just be done with this. And it gets worse as you go down. Because there's people, as much as I love Sydney McAlishan, 28th, didn't even make the games this year. Emma Carey, who was top 10, is 32nd. Like none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense at all. I'm ready to just toss these out, put together a media poll that makes sense, and use that moving forward. CrossFit, allow outsiders to help you. Allow the media to put together these polls and vote on who they think the top so many people are and go with that rather than these archaic and they're nonsense. Nonsense. That's all I got. Thoughts on that, Jess?
I guess I didn't even look at those. But that does not make any sense. Like did you not see the people that were at the games?
Right.
Did you not watch? Like what?
You didn't even look at them.
Yeah.
That's how important they are. You did not even look at them. That makes my point to a T.
Yeah.
So the next thing I want to talk about is that South by Southwest. Did you hear about this? It came out in an email today from CrossFit. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. We're not there yet. Actually, Carolyn jumped into this. Carolyn Prevo. I really like the barbell spin media poll, fan poll, etc. They are more current. The worldwide is more about consistency over 2 years, which is also important, but doesn't tell the full story. I think you're making too many decisions based on that worldwide ranking, and it is too outdated already. Either the equation needs to be fixed, or we need to go in a different direction. And Seema Globe says, I think it's too easy for them to become irrelevant with injured athletes and having babies. I hate saying having babies makes you irrelevant, but the lists get outdated pretty quick when people are participating and or not.
Right.
Now I'm going to try to share this again. It is this one. So this came out in an email today from CrossFit. So this is my actual email. Don't look at my passwords. So this came from CrossFit, and there's a voting to get them into the panelists for South by Southwest, which is held in Austin, Texas. It's a big movie and music festival in Austin, Texas every year. What the proposal from CrossFit is to have a seminar called Type 2 Fun, How Shared Suffering in Sport Can Change Society. And basically they're asking for your vote in this part of the message. And then here is a summary of what CEO Dawn Fall will discuss. Everyone's had type 1 fun, laughing with friends, skiing on a bluebird day, or swimming at the beach. It's immediate and gleeful. Most of us have also had type 2 fun, whether we know it or not, running a 10K in August, completing a workout in the morning after too many beers, camping in sub-zero temperatures. It isn't fun at first. The fun is in hindsight. In reminiscing with others, in an Instacart culture of immediate gratification, we need type 2 fun in sport more than ever to bond us, test our limits, and improve our social and emotional well-being. Fall is going to talk about where to find it. And this is a proposal toward, this is a proposal to get him to speak at South by Southwest. So you have to click on the link to then vote for them to be picked as a presenter at South by Southwest. Everything I do with CrossFit comes with one little beef. I think it's a great idea, right? But if you go up here to the top, the time for the vote is August 8th to August 20th. And we get the email on August 17th in the evening. So you've missed 10 days of voting by waiting to tell us until the 11th hour. But check your email if you have an account with CrossFit. This came through the CrossFit email to your email, and you can click on that to vote that Dawn Fall be a speaker at South by Southwest. I think it's a great idea. And it kind of dovetails into the next thing I want to talk about. And thank you so much, Jethro. First donation to making the media poll happen, $4.99. Thank you so much, Jethro. You are the best.
What a guy.
And this is something I did. SEMA Globe says, to be fair, South by Southwest just sent their email today too. I did not know that. Thank you for clearing that up for me, SEMA. And then Sarah says, you looks like you have to make an account on this in the site to vote. Of course you do. But this kind of dovetails. And last night, the other thing Barbell Spin brought up is they have heard rumblings of where the 2024 CrossFit Games are going to be, and that those rumblings are around Fort Worth, Texas.
That's going to be so hot.
I have not been able to confirm any of that myself. I've looked for breadcrumbs. I have looked for things that says that. I can't, but that's what they're reporting, and they seemed very confident in that. This being in Austin kind of dovetails into that a little bit, into the Texas kind of thing. So maybe that is a breadcrumb. I don't know. But I've been to Fort Worth several times. And for people who don't know my story, my original weight loss story, I did with a company called Advocare, that company that Rich Froning is with, and all of that stuff. Their big events were held in Fort Worth, Texas every year. It is not ideal. I do not think it is ideal for a place to hold the CrossFit Games. It is no bigger than Madison. It is hot. And what worries me is, just like Madison, all of the hotels, all of the things you need to do are going to skyrocket in price because it's just big enough for that event.
Yep.
Nothing else will probably be going on at the same time. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a logical place to take it, but what do I know? Any chance they would change the dates if in Texas? I don't know how you change the dates and not mess up the season.
Right.
The last time they changed the dates of the Open, it was a complete and utter disaster. So I don't think they can change the Open ever. It has to be at the beginning of the year when you help affiliates bring people into the gym and give them something to shoot for. And then you can't make the season go on so long that they have no off season.
Right. For sure.
Buddha says Brisbane, QLD, Torian Pro. They are not going overseas yet. They may, but not yet.
Yeah, I don't see it happening yet.
But Fort Worth is not a big town. The only advantage you get by going to Fort Worth over Madison is Dallas is 45 minutes away. So you have like a major airport that you're going into. Right now, people have to fly into Chicago and drive 2 hours to Madison, or drive into Milwaukee, or fly into Milwaukee.
Yep.
Madison is just super expensive. It is a good 45 minutes from Dallas to Fort Worth
Hmm.
through a lot of nothingness. It's nothing. The Cowboy Stadium, nothing, Fort Worth.
They could have it at Cowboy Stadium. Isn't that enclosed?
We're not that big. Jeremy Eats World says that he heard that the games were in
Canada.
Yeah, I don't know if we're ready to do that politically. Whoops. I'm trying to get there. We go. Maybe
I
Rogue
feel like I
combined
fit right in though.
in October. Probably not, but never know. So then Jody Lynn says New York City. I'd be up for that more than another small town where I've got to pay hundreds of dollars for a cheap hotel. You know what I mean? Like we stayed at the Super 8 and still didn't get a cheap rate.
Hmm. Yeah.
And Seema said it's all built out now. It's all one thing, but more traffic. So an hour. So you're telling me it's an hour from Dallas to Fort Worth now? Because of the build out? I know they were building last time I was down there. But anyway, it's what they reported. They seem to have. I heard a weird thing, and it, like, I don't know. I thought I overheard something about Kansas City, which I know they have a big sports complex, but I don't have any. Again, that's just full rumor. An hour on a good day. That is not good. I petition for Columbus, Ohio, but we have the facility to pull it off. We just built a brand new soccer stadium for our MLS team. Right beside it is a baseball stadium, which is a AAA baseball stadium. Go. And then right beside that is the hockey arena for the NHL Columbus Blue Jackets.
There we go.
Like bang, bang, bang. So you'd have two outdoor venues and an indoor venue. Bang, bang, bang. Everybody could stay at my house for free.
Party.
I'll put some beds down here in the podcast center, and we'd all be good. And Rogue is right down the street.
Exactly. Dude, that'd be so cool because then you could check out like the Rogue facility, all the things. That'd be like so cool.
Yeah, they could do tours and everything.
Send them a letter.
Elise says OH. Judy says IO.
Dear Bill and Katie.
And Judy says I have room too for my Sevenista girls.
Woo!
I think we've got momentum.
Yes.
We've got momentum for Columbus. It's the place to go. It's the place to go. Carolyn says party out Scott's. You betcha. I'll get the smoker going. I even pulled out a Jess. You betcha.
You betcha.
Brisket, wings.
It'd be awesome.
A good time.
It's kind of like a no-brainer. Like I feel like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. I think, yeah. We would get full coverage because we wouldn't have to go anywhere. That'd be awesome. So those were the news bits I wanted to touch on. Really now what I want to talk about is you.
Oh boy.
So we talked about before the games how you and I kind of met, how you reached out to me for an opportunity to take games. We got you that opportunity. Started in Orlando, went to Madison on the big stage. What was it? Before we get into the pictures themselves, what was it like being in the pits at the CrossFit Games? Because I made the decision that I didn't need a pit pass, that I brought you and Teddy and Jake to get the content, and that I would stand out of the way and let you guys have pit access. And you guys got full pit access.
Literally, when we got to walk out on North Park and be like right there, I was like blown away by just like the hype of all the photographers, all the media, everybody. Like, it was so cool. And then also, like, the atmosphere was just so electric, honestly, and it kind of felt like a little reunion from the semifinals. So like everybody that we saw at semifinals were like, hey, like, how's it going? You know, like it was kind of like a little media reunion. But just the feeling of it was just electric. It was dream come true. It's unexplainable. Like, I still like pinch myself, like waking up like, did I really just do that? But it was to get like be able to be right there to get like the photos of them crossing the finish line and just all the like the raw like feeling that you got of the athletes coming off the finish line, all the things, like to be able to capture that was just amazing, mind-blowing. Like, how cool.
And there is your first picture, probably maybe one of your last pictures, actually, the actual podium of the women. And this is what you used as the banner in the link you sent me with your pictures. But this you captured from the floor.
Yeah. Literally behind like tons of photographers, and I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna scooch in here real quick and get this photo. I definitely felt like paparazzi for sure. Parts of the week.
So that picture there alone tells like 3 different stories.
Yeah.
With Laura on top, her first win, her 4th podium, first win. You have Emma Lawson with her first podium at 18 years old.
Crazy.
And Ariel Lowen crushing it. Nobody expected it, and there she is on the podium for her first time ever. And in the chat, we have my co-host Kat.
Yay!
Jody Lynn says, what an incredible photo.
Aww.
So now we're going to do show and tell, where we're going to go through some of the pictures and we're going to just talk about stories. Sure. So the link that Jess sent me starts with Masters and age group, and then we go into Elite. So we'll just go through some and just tell me where to stop. There's some that I have stories that I'm going to stop on. But if there's something, first of all, this dude going to be on the show tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Great picture, dominating performance.
Dude, yeah.
45 to 49-year-old division again. 4-time CrossFit Games champion, Jason Grubb. But he'll be on the show tomorrow. So that's awesome. And then I have a lot to say about this next dude. So this guy, we were embedded with the entire season. He lives 3 miles down the road from me. And we followed him from the Open, the first week of the Open, all the way to the games. He's part of this upcoming documentary, Rudy Berger. And you caught some great shots of him. He did amazing, and so proud of him, and have just fallen in love with his whole family.
I love his wife. She is like such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh.
Wife and coach.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's comp time, she is definitely the one in charge.
Yeah, for sure.
So the other thing, while we're talking about that, this is the Chalk Dust CrossFit Chalk Dust family that I got to know throughout the season because of being there. And you see the little Puerto Rican flag for his wife above there, but the guy with the spiky hair and the red beard right there, he is the owner of Chalk Dust CrossFit.
Oh,
so
okay.
he is, the owner of the gym, and he's awesome. And then I think this is his wife right here, and
Okay.
she's the one that designed our shirts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so got to know them really well and became really good friends with them. And of course, they had the big fat head up here of Rudy, getting ready for the games. So pop back out here. Anything else you see? I see some legends.
Dude. Your girl.
My CrossFit crush right there with the shades on.
That was so cool. My gosh. That just to see like so when I started CrossFit, back in 2012, like Stacy Tovar, like holy crap. Like she was the girl in the white booty shorts, like everybody knew who she was, and she was an incredible athlete. I actually got to watch her compete at regionals when it was in Chicago. And that was that was so cool to see her like in person that close, and to capture all that was so cool.
So Jody's asking a question. Are these people standing in the media area? They are not.
Yeah, they're not.
Notice they're behind this white barricade. So where Jess got to be is between that white barricade and this white barricade with the black top.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little space right there, and then they're actually behind it.
Yep.
What about this legend?
Incredible. I literally, that photo, I was just like, see, for me, I'm kind of like a professional people watcher as a photographer. So like, I was just like staring her down, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to snap some as she's like walking by. And I think she was congratulating another athlete or something. I think it was, and just her smile in that photo was just like so perfect. And just makes me so happy that I could capture that.
And that is Becca Voigtmiller, like 14-time games competitor. His OG is OG gets.
Yeah.
You know this person?
And I totally forgot that I didn't even edit that photo, but it got somehow put in the gallery, but it's all good. Jamie's got to be included in there.
Well, this really shows the pit. You can see the white fence behind you guys, and then the barricade between the media pit and the floor. And that's kind of walking distance at North Park. So it's actually pretty wide at North Park. In the Coliseum, much more narrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the day that Jamie got burnt like everywhere but where her son
Yes. She had raccoon eyes.
It was so bad. I love this picture of Danny Horan.
Oh, I love her. Oh my gosh.
Like the bar is still bouncing and she's ripping off the belt.
Dude.
What a cool catch.
So cool. She's another athlete that I like fell in love with when I first started CrossFit too. So that was so cool. So cool.
Another OG legend. It was so fun watching the Masters and the age group. And what I'll say is like, and I said this on when I was with Mikey, the short statured athlete. There were more people at the age group events than there were at the team events this season.
Yeah, there was so many people. It was crazy.
Big Daddy, Sam Dancer, 3 wheels of cheese on that bar right there.
Incredible.
Yeah, gonna go individual now. This one breaks my heart. So that's Chelsea Nicholas, friend of the show, who was in first place when she rebounded a box jump and her season was over. Torn Achilles. Been talking to her this week. Surgery's done.
Mm.
She's on the mend, but 2 weeks of absolutely doing nothing
Ugh.
while everything kind of heals up, and then she's itching to get back. You can just tell.
Oh, for sure.
But she had been trying to make the game since 2012. Finally makes it as a Masters athlete and blows out her Achilles in first place.
Mm.
The agony of defeat.
Mm.
So I like this one.
He was staring right at me, like staring me down when I turned my camera towards him, and I was like, I'll just take a photo of you.
And he was everywhere.
He was everywhere. It was awesome.
Don't say his name 3 times in the mirror, he'd appear behind you.
For sure. That was super cool.
What a great shot. And the intensity.
Like I said, when I took that photo, he was like staring me down. But I didn't care.
And then you got to meet your hero.
Oh my gosh. Stop. Dude, he's such a tiny man.
So tiny.
But he was an incredible like person to be around. We hung out in the pits a lot next to each other. Like I bumped into him so many times. He bumped into me. I was kind of worried about him at first, the first like couple days of the games, because he was like hustling, and I feel like he probably forgot how hot it gets and all the things. But
that is not Christine, Jody, just so you know. I had to double check, but that is not Christine.
Mm-hmm.
You got some good pictures of Noah too.
Oh my gosh, Noah.
For a long time, I was not the biggest fan of Noah. In the last couple of years, I've become a huge fan of Noah. Like the dude is everything that he projects. You think it's all like a ruse. He is that way behind the scenes, in front of the crowd, behind the crowd, all of that stuff. He's just a really good dude. This is where Jamie tried to get on the floor to do the backfill for the 35-39.
She tried.
She tried.
She tried. Sam Briggs.
Right here. This one or this one?
She's running. That one, yeah. Dude, I got to stand next to her in the pits. She was coaching which elite athlete?
Emma McQuaid.
Yeah. That was so cool. That was so cool. I was like, oh my gosh, Sam Briggs. So cool.
Wad Zombie says, Jess has a pic of Adler I want to put on a card.
Yeah! Let's go.
That
So many pictures.
We can do.
So many pictures.
You always ask me if we can or can't. That we can do. This person is a friend of mine. Call it Casey. She ended up just finishing either third or fourth on the last day. She was second. Stacy Tovar jumped over her, but she's a great person. We made a connection. She's actually a dog like that. She just is a competitor, and she's an underdog athletics athlete. Ooh. She is amazing. But she went to Florida State University, and I lived in Tallahassee for a while. So we knew all the same like haunts and stuff there. And that's how we kind of connected a while back on the show. And it's always good to see her out there. She always crushes it. But I think I've heard this was her last CrossFit Games. She's retiring.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, she was cool. She was fun to watch.
Then you got some of the teens.
Yep.
Hogan. He had a terrible first day and made a run to finish, I think, second in the 16, 17-year-old division.
Yeah.
And he was always just jovial. Like, he's just a happy kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, love seeing him out there, no matter what's going on.
To the team division is insane. Insane.
So this is Rudy's son, Max, and he was this way pretty much the whole time his dad was on the floor.
Yeah, he was cool. He was cool, dude.
I think he's 12. And he CrossFits with his dad. He works out in the garage with his dad.
Heck yeah.
Super cool. You got some great crowd shots of the chalk dust people, which is awesome. But these shots, I just love that you get. Like, come on.
Like, they're so adorable. Like, I'm like, I just want to do a couple session with you guys now because you're so adorable and I just love it so much. It was so cool. Actually, the one favorite one that you really liked was when he's sitting at the finish line.
I saw it.
Go down. It's right.
There we go. It's right up here.
Yeah. That was such a cool moment.
Well, you know why it's a really cool picture too? Because nobody else has done.
That too. He's just hanging out.
Waiting for everybody else to finish.
Yeah. Yeah. So cool.
He totally crushed it. Did you know this judge?
No. He was so focused and I was like, that's a cool photo take. So click. I have no idea who he is.
And then I love this. I don't even know who the athlete is, but the tattoo is amazing.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but she had like full tattoos all over her body. It was super cool. But yeah, I dig like all those like sick details like that. It's so cool. I think that's kind of like when it's like just like those small details of what's really important to those athletes. Like, that's a cool thing to capture, and they'll like appreciate it. So,
yeah, the detail on those muscular backs was so awesome. Some more Rudy. There's another Chelsea. Just and that's, which is like, those are the most important thing in her life are her nieces. So that's a great capture. And then we kind of get into some more teen stuff. This lady was jacked.
Dude. Yeah. I think she was posing for somebody else's, like somebody else was taking a picture of her, and I was like, dang, I gotta capture that.
Taken second behind Sam in the 40 to 44-year-old division. Pinheiro is her name. And then another legend.
Dude.
Scott Panchek with the big smile. You got to love that smile.
Yes.
I did get reports during that week. I wasn't allowed to say anything during the week, but he was sick as a dog.
Oh, no.
And the only reason he kept going is his daughter said, Daddy, you can do it. Daddy, you can do it. So he literally would like throw up and then go out on the floor, do the workout, come back and get sick again.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
But he never wanted to use that as an excuse. He didn't want it known. He just went out and did his thing.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible.
And then for some reason, we got a lot of pictures of Jake Douglas. I don't know why.
My man.
Every day, Jess would come back with more pictures of Jake Douglas. between her pictures of Jake Douglas and Teddy's videos of Colton Mertens, like we were good on those two athletes.
Oh, yeah. He's a beautiful man.
And I love this because it's before everything starts, the smile on Laura's face. It's like she knows she's going to have a good weekend,
Mm-hmm.
yet it hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, it's like the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
So cool.
Such a great picture. And you got the same thing with Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that smile before it all starts. Little did he know he'd end the weekend with a broken foot.
Mm-hmm.
But man, what a great picture.
Annie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Annie was like, when I first got into CrossFit, she was the champion. I loved Annie. She holds a special place in my heart. It was great seeing her out there 3 different decades.
That's wild.
doing her thing,
Wild.
and always a smile on her face. And then this dude, that is everything he is.
Oh yeah, for
When
sure.
I talked to him at the Clarion Hotel on Tuesday night or Wednesday night, he was just like that. Just like that picture. What a guy.
Mm-hmm.
That is the best.
All I did was yell his name, and he just comes back with it.
And then getting to see him carry the flag.
Mm-hmm.
And James. So cool. And then little did we know what this weekend was going to turn out to be.
Yeah.
And that was before the cut on the chin. Just hanging out, opening ceremonies with the bucket hat,
Mm-hmm.
enjoying life. A great photo. And then again, you caught Noah so many times in such a cool position. Do you yell his name to get him to point?
I said Noah, and he's like, yeah, it was pretty cool. I was pretty pumped. I was pretty pumped. And even like those masters athletes, they shook my hand and stuff too. They were like, "Thank you for taking photos of us. That was cool." Paige.
What a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 performance. Huge improvement over last year. Just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into some crazy action shots. We got DB not during a meltdown. Was this after the inverted?
Yes.
So she had just won. What a great picture. Everything blurred out behind. Man. Running in from Helena.
Yes. Yep. That was such a crazy workout. My gosh.
A lot ahead of Laura.
That was a really cool event. How they had the camera like following them in and out of the Coliseum. That was so cool. That was very cool.
And then David Shrunky.
What a beast.
Man, he is just jacked. And he's huge in person.
Yeah.
He is
for sure. Yeah, some of those athletes, like, holy cow, I've seen them in person. They're like, I feel like a small person standing next to them.
Emma on top of the bar.
Yep.
Doing her thing.
Insane.
And then one of the highlights of the week for us was getting to hang with Alex a little bit, with Jake being a part of the team. We got tons of pictures of Alex too.
Yeah.
Not necessarily from you, but Jake loves his wife.
Oh
so
my
much.
gosh, they're so sweet together. They're so sweet together. Jake's such a good dude.
We got lots of pictures of her, and he is so proud of her.
Mm-hmm.
Love the Adler finish.
Yeah, that crowd, the Coliseum. So I've never been in the Coliseum ever at the games. So to be in the Coliseum and capturing all that stuff and just hearing like how loud it really is, it gave me chills. It was so crazy. So crazy.
I got to tell you, like, I've been on the Adler train for a long time. Pretty much this whole off season. I got emotional watching him make the comeback on Saturday and get ahead of Roman by 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
And there were more emotional moments for me over this weekend, but this one, and him winning Helena and then saying, "You guys didn't think I could run, did you?"
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
So cool. So cool being in the Coliseum for that. And then you got what a freaking picture.
Oh, so good.
So this is right after the other picture. He gets across the line, he turns, and immediately goes into celebration mode.
Yeah, beast mode, just crazy. Yeah. And at that point, you're just like, you're watching, like, I feel like I kind of like understand the emotion. Like, once they cross the finish line, either they're going to be like crazy exhausted or they're just like so pumped. And so you just basically watch them like with your camera, you just follow them and see what they're going to do. And then you just click, 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 click. That's kind of how you got to go. Oh, that's the one, huh? All right.
That's the one. So save that one.
Sweet.
3 times.
Sounds good.
That was really cool. And like, talk about an OG.
Oh,
Winning Helena, because she hurt her elbow.
mm-hmm.
The reality is that she's more towards the end of her career than she is at the beginning. That may have been her last moment.
Yeah.
And to have her get that win in Helena to be her final moment in the Coliseum is just really, really awesome. And you captured this, and I think there's another picture of it during.
I think so, if I remember.
It might be down further. But yeah. I know there's another one. I'm sure we'll find it.
There's just so many.
Yeah. James Sprague on the rope. Great shot of the rope. Here's more of Adler's celebration. He's still pumping his fist
Mm-hmm.
down the row. Here you got Roman approaching the ropes in alpaca, which he ends up winning this event. And I gotta talk about this dude. This dude was so much fun to watch the entire weekend.
So cool.
He was always having fun, always having a blast. And it was the old Chandler back again. And it was just, I wanted him to do so well.
Same.
I wanted him to podium so bad because how much fun he was having out there.
Yeah.
What a classy and great dude. This is a great shot. Just like fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
But very, very classy. You caught this with Noah kissing his wife. You caught all the couple shots.
See, I'm a couples photographer, you know?
Like, this is just a great shot.
Mm.
I don't even know who that is. That Sahir?
I don't even know. I just liked her smile on her face.
I don't know what Alex is going on here. Let's effing go. Is that what she's doing?
I think maybe I don't even. Gosh, I don't even remember. There's some pictures of her just like in full grip mode. Kelly. Oh, Noah! Every time he would come off, he would do that. That was pretty cool. At the same time, I was like, please don't sprain your ankle.
Yeah, Nick, I think it was Sahir Kaya. I think so.
Mm.
Noah was just there to have fun.
Yeah.
So here's another person I got so emotional about. And it's Kelly Baker. Again, we followed her from the Open to the games. She got her second shot. And with that second shot, she crushed Saturday. Moved up 10 spots in one day. Single-handedly proved that the cuts are stupid. Because
after a beer and a burger.
Right. Because you can make a difference.
Heck yeah.
And you know, with finishes of 6th, she was shaking up the leaderboard too.
Oh yeah.
So she was making a difference. And I just love this girl so much. She was so good to us all year, and we've become friends, and I'm just so stoked for her that after all the years of team and trying to make it as an individual, she makes it, and she made something of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a great shot. Like,
such a good photo. Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it.
Like that one I may have to frame and hang.
That's a framer, as I would say.
Yeah.
That makes me proud.
Another emotional is girl, like my friend killing it on the floor. Could not believe she podiumed. I always believed in her. She didn't always believe in herself. And it was just awesome.
Yeah.
And she gave everything she had. And what a great shot.
Incredible.
Nick keeps trying to click on the other pictures to blow them up.
I'll send you the link.
Alexis Raptis, is that her? Yeah.
Yep.
What a week. Like if she just learned how to handle a sandbag, she'd probably be sitting on the podium.
Oh yeah. For sure.
And she's what, 22? 21, 22?
21, 22, yeah.
She's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Insane.
So good. We'll talk about underrated. Emma Tall. What a freaking weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Nick says, seriously, please do.
Send me your email.
She won Alpaca with that last sled push event win. And the cool story that we're going to capture a little bit in the documentary, a little more detail, but her coach got sick, had to fly back to Sweden.
Oh, yeah.
And so Lynette became her and David Sharunki's coach for the weekend. And we're gonna dive into that a little bit with Lynette in the documentary, just so you know. But yeah, so Emma Tall and David Sharunki's coach got sick, had to fly back to Sweden. Lynette stood in and became her coach, and Lynette got her first individual event win as an elite coach on her first 2 days of coaching.
Super cool.
So, super cool. This is a great shot too. Smile, the hydration. I always like the down the line shot.
Oh, it's so good.
For the start. Got Patty V in there, got James Sprague, got Noah Olson. I think Jay Crouch down there.
Isn't that Lazar next to Noah?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's Lazar.
Bruce is already trying to push buttons.
Can we start over?
And then these picks, my goodness.
Gosh. Those made me very emotional just looking at them. And I still can't believe I took those. It's like, to me, it's unbelievable. Like that emotion, to capture that is just so freaking cool. Like, what? Love it.
Then you got Danielle Brandon out on the bike course. Gotta love the bike picks. Fee Sagafi, one of the show.
She is such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh. And congrats, you just got married.
Yeah, her and Al tied the knot. That was great. Kenneth DeLapp says, the Kelly Baker one with the crowd behind her, I could see as a giant wall mural at a gym. I agree. I would love to blow it up and frame it somewhere in my house. It's like a work of art.
You guys are too much. Too much.
This is a great one. This is Jen Dancer.
Yeah.
Following Sam, and you caught this shot. What a great picture. The emotions on her face while her hubby's out there doing her thing. Then I got to talk about this girl. Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Like, she has become such a good friend over this year, following her for all the documentary pieces. Like when she was in second place after day one, like my heart was a flutter. Like, she is such a good person and just like cool to hang out with and so funny. And I just wanted the best for her. And every time she had like a great event, like the 5K, like I would get emotional.
I got a really cool photo. She was at like the finish line in the Coliseum.
Yeah, I think I saw it in the group.
And that photo makes me like get the chills, because I remember when I first started CrossFit, I saw a photo of like Stacy Tovar, Lindsay Valenzuela, Sam Briggs. There was like a cool photo of them, and it just like reminded me of that.
Got to do the obligatory Colton Mertens for Teddy Williams.
Dude. What a guy.
And then, of course, we got 700 pictures of Jake Douglas.
Yeah.
To have chest and biceps like that.
Dude. Traps. But then if you just look into his eyes, though, you just melt.
That's okay. I'll take your word for it. Got Shelby Neal. She's going to be on the show. Awesome. She's confirmed. Just got to get that put up and scheduled.
Sweet.
On the map. Top 20 finish in her first ever CrossFit Games. Pretty impressive. Never had doubts. This one.
That's so good.
Emily, so good. So good. Like, you can just tell, like, she gave everything she had.
Yeah.
And that's all that was left.
Such an emotional shot, just so raw. And that's why I just love it. Love it.
Again, lots of Alex. I think this was right after Shoegate, or was this the pig chipper?
I think that was. I want to say the pig.
Superman owns a pair of Colton Mertens undies. Our girl one more time.
Heck yeah.
Winning that 5K in a breeze. Yellow Hosta looking like, is it time to kick in past Jeff Adler? Is it time? Is the time now? Because I'm ready.
For sure.
The time is now.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kicked right past everyone. And then,
dude,
that's a whole lot of weight.
Crowd was wild.
396 pounds.
Crowd was wild. My gosh.
Look how red his face is.
Dude. And just the bounce that he had to get out of to get that clean for just that part of it. It was like, oh my God.
But he's got that little shitty grin like, yeah, I did that.
Yep. Heck yeah. That was so cool.
And then, yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did all of that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Dude.
Shot.
Just her getting so pumped up for each lift was just so cool because she was right in front of me. So that was intense. So intense.
My question is, do you think she uses chalk?
Hey, that's totally me in the gym, so I can relate to her. Dude, heck yeah. I love it.
Yep, I can lift that. So many good shots.
Jamie's man.
All of a sudden, you got a weird voice, like a robot voice.
Me?
Yep.
I don't know. My internet's good. Weird.
Yeah, it's really tinny.
My husband is playing a video game behind me.
And then this was just heartbreaking, watching Ellie try to run and do this. Can you jump out real quick and back in?
Yeah.
And see if it resets. Yeah, what a great shot of Ellie in that final Helena thing. Great shot there. Okay, try now. Can you talk? Jess?
Can you hear me?
I can. It's better.
headphones on. No, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Well, you're very quiet. That's all. Good old country internet.
Yeah. Is your phone dying at all? Do you have like full battery?
Say what?
Your phone, does it have full battery?
It's like 40%. You think that's why?
I don't know. Someone's saying in the comments maybe your phone went into battery saver mode.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm trying to click.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, much better. Bethany Flores, great picture there. What a great games, coming in 15th. With a suspect back, to be able to pull that off, it just shows what an athlete she is. So is this the DB shot you wanted, Nick? I think he's saying this is also a card shot.
Oh.
I got to figure out a solution to my cards because I'm out of space. And people are either making or missing the cut.
Find that out.
Here's a great one of Chandler at the top of the bar. Laura at the top of the bar with the leader's jersey on. Great one of Roman running.
Before everything.
Yeah. I love this shot. Jesse watching Chandler.
Yep.
So intently.
So intense. Yeah, she seemed super cool. Super cool.
Brent celebrating big time. Here's a color version of the Jesse.
The orange hair. I love it.
The orange hair. Nick says, damn, Jess, these are incredible.
Stop. Oh.
Great picture of Jeff Adler. This is the event where he took the lead. It's a great stuff. And then Dallin wins the final event with the overhead walking lunge. Caught perfectly right in front of you.
Right in front of me, dude. It was wild.
And he gets the win. Big smile on his face.
He's going to be exciting to watch in the
He
future,
is.
for sure.
Jacob Hepner, perfectly placed where there's a woman behind him to make it look like he has a ponytail coming off the back of his head.
I didn't even notice that. Ow. Oh my gosh.
Great podium shot of the teams. Huge win for Invictus.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that is story time with Jess's pictures. Man, so many of them. And man, what a great picture.
So crazy.
You took all these.
I did. There's that photo with Emily Rolfe. Oh, there's that. Oh, yeah.
There's Jamie Simmons.
Yep.
Finishing up Helena for a great event. This one,
Yes.
like Girl Squad.
Dude. For sure.
That's a whole bunch of badass right there.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Love it.
Just great pictures, man. This has been so much fun. But we are 90 minutes into our show. Olivia Kerstetter up at the top of the bar.
Incredible. Incredible.
Just amazing stuff. Yeah, I'm going to get under this.
Insane.
Bars floating. Bars floating.
Yeah. Yeah. What a dream. The whole week, I just felt so like in the place I had in the right place that I had to be at. It was just awesome. Oh, that's such an incredible photo too. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. 3 stages of the pig. Almost up, getting up, to coming down.
Yep.
But I love this one.
Oh, it's such a good one. Yeah, it's awesome to capture like the crossing the finish line moments, but like those moments right there is like what is so cool to capture because that's so raw. That's what I love.
Well, we are at the end of our show, my friend.
Okie doke.
I want to thank you for joining me. I want to give you one last opportunity. What was the highlight of your week at the CrossFit Games?
Oh my gosh. Probably just coming onto the floor in the Coliseum for the first time and being under those lights and being in the media pit right there was probably the highlight. That just was like, I'm here. I'm doing this. That was probably definitely my highlight. One of the big highlights for sure.
I'm just flicking through fast as you're telling your story that you got to shoot all of this.
It still blows my mind. Like I was there. That's so wild. Still can't believe it.
Wad Zombie says, Jess, I'm going to bug the shit out of you.
Sounds like a plan. You know where to find me.
This is just what you have edited so far.
Yeah. I have 6 SD cards. Yeah. To go through. 6. So lots of content.
I am hopeful over the next few weeks that we are going to exclusively use your photos in all of our thumbnails. So when you see thumbnails out by Clydesdale Media, those pictures will be taken by Jess. And that is the plan. And
Sweet.
because she's the best. And I can't wait to keep bugging her for more and more pictures for all of those thumbnails. But hey, thank you so much for jumping on. Thank you to Jeremy for jumping on and talking about the Hangover games at CrossFit Funky. And hopefully we'll get some video of some carnage on 1,000-meter row.
For sure.
For next week. And I don't know if Jamie's going to be back or not, but we'll see what happens there. I know she is vacationing currently, and she was going to be kayaking today.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. So super awesome there.
fun stuff.
And with that, Jason Grubb tomorrow, 2 p.m. We'll be talking to him, 4-time CrossFit Games Championship. And Jeremy, it was awesome having you. Can't wait to have you back to see what's up next. And maybe we'll do this again in a couple months when you get some more pictures edited.
For sure.
And maybe we'll bring on Teddy and see if we can show some Colton Mertens videos.
All of Colton Mertens.
And maybe the flyover. Wait, no.
What flyover?
Yeah. He had one job.
One job.
And instead I got a 600th video of Colton. And just for the audience to know, there was a flyover at the opening ceremonies. I said to Teddy before he went, your one job, Teddy, is to get a shot of the flyover. And he comes back and he said, but Colton was, oh my gosh, Colton. And he did not get the flyover. But we love Teddy. He's awesome.
For sure.
With that, thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you to Jody and Jethro for the donations. That was awesome. You guys are the best. And everybody else, thank you for being here. We love you all. And we will see everybody next time on Thursday Night CrossFit Talk. Bye, guys.